Let's talk about meat. Meat. What is yakiniku in Japanese? Yakiniku means yaki, which is grilled, and then niku, meat, grilled meat. One of the simplest words in Japanese if you just know what it's made out of. And that's one of the secrets when it comes to learning Japanese. A lot of words are just made out of other words. Funny enough, when you start learning verbs in Japanese, to make a really complex thought like, I didn't know I wouldn't be able to do that. It's verb that are all conjugated together. It's crazy. But this isn't a Japanese lesson, this is a meat lesson. Let's talk about yakiniku, my favorite food to eat in Japan. Yakiniku means typically in a yakiniku restaurant, you'll get a grill placed in front of you, and that grill either is propane or charcoal or something like that, and you cook the meat right in front of you all by yourself. And the first few times I did this, it was really intimidating because I didn't grow up in a place where I had access to a grill. I never grilled food outside. I don't know how long you're supposed to cook meat, but also in America, a steak might be half an inch to an inch thick, where these are thin strips of meat, and you kind of put them on the grill top, a minute, flip it, 10, 20 seconds, depending on the cut. Some cuts a lot longer, and then you eat it straight off the grill, which is incredible. It tastes like nothing you've ever experienced before. If you haven't had Japanese yakiniku, I would absolutely recommend it. It's one of my favorite things. You can find something like it when it comes to Korean barbecue restaurants in America, but they are just a little bit different. Usually the pieces are bigger, the cuts aren't quite, A5 Wagyu beef, where in yakiniku, it's all about the quality of each piece rather than simply the quantity of meat you get to eat. So you get to eat these incredible pieces of some of the most marbled, most expensive Japanese steak, and it winds up being really cheap because the pieces are small, but also these restaurants are so busy that they don't have to charge extra large premiums just for this high quality food. You can also get all kinds of sides like kimchi, namul or bean sprouts, and vegetables and things like that you can also either add to the grill in some cases. The grill has a little hood over it that they bring down that kind of sucks up the smoke into it so the whole restaurant doesn't get super smoky. In America, I've seen some where the suction pulling away the smoke is built into the grill, and the grill's kind of inset into the table, and it pulls the smoke away into the table. That's been very cool to see in a few places, but in Japan, usually these hoods go up and then they vent the smoke outside, which also helps to attract customers because you're smelling, oh, that smells delicious. It smells like someone's grilling. I should go into that restaurant. And it really kind of sets the mood, in advance, what it's going to smell like, what it's going to taste like. In this yakiniku restaurant, you would do your ordering from not quite an app, but a web page that would you could click on the picture of each item, set how many you want to order, which is really convenient if you don't know Japanese because it translates into English very well. So you can just order and order and order without having to worry about not understanding the language or any kind of language barrier. Typically, we'll get kimchi, bean sprouts, rice, and then with the yakiniku itself, we'll typically dip it in these dipping sauces there's usually like a soy sauce based sauce, a barbecue type of sauce, and usually like a lemon ponzu type sauce, something like that. And the flavor when it hits your mouth is just so rich and so delicious. It's really hard to describe. If there's any food experience you can do in Japan, it's yakiniku. That's what I highly recommend. I think it's a great way to experience kind of the highest quality of Japanese food. There's a lot of Japanese foods I love. I love sushi. I love tempura. I love, skewers with chicken breast and onion, negima, yakitori. But yakiniku is my favorite dish in Japan. I think it's the highest quality representation of Japanese food that you can ever find. My name is Ryan. I'm with AnimeCon.org. We organize 7 annual anime conventions, and I like to bring Japanese culture, Japanese food, things like that to our events, but also to our viewers on YouTube. So thank you for watching. We're going to be bringing more Japanese stuff soon. We've got some incredible Japanese guests coming to Anime Midwest 4th of July weekend in Chicago, so I hope I'll see you there.